In the forgotten corners of an ancient village nestled deep within the mist-covered hills, there lies a place known only as Greek Hollow. Its eerie silence and cryptic history have made it a legend whispered about among the townsfolk. But it wasn't always like this. Once, it was a vibrant community, full of life, laughter, and joyous festivals. However, everything changed after the arrival of a mysterious figure, a figure who came to be known as the Joker of Greek Hollow. 1. The Arrival. It was the early days of spring when a traveling jester wandered into the village. His name was unknown, but he had a face like no other, pale, with an unnerving grin that stretched far too wide for comfort. His eyes, however, were the most unsettling. They were hollow, dark, as though they had seen and experienced horrors beyond imagination. He carried with him only a small, tattered bag and an old wooden staff adorned with eerie symbols. Upon entering Greek Hollow, he immediately captivated the villagers, who had not seen such entertainment in years. They invited him to perform at the town's grand square, where the air buzzed with anticipation. But something was wrong. Though his performance was a spectacle of acrobatics, juggling, and dark humor, the villagers couldn't shake the feeling that the laughter they shared was not from joy. It was from something far more sinister. Whispers in the dark. As days passed, strange events began to occur in Greek Hollow. The once vibrant town square was overtaken by a sense of unease. The Joker's performances grew darker. His jokes twisted, always targeting someone in the crowd, poking at their deepest fears and hidden secrets. It wasn't long before people started to disappear. First, it was old Madame Olympia, a kind-hearted widow who had been seen speaking to the Joker just before she vanished. Then came young Lucas, the baker's son, who disappeared on the eve of the harvest festival. The town was on edge, whispers filling the air. "Has anyone seen the Joker lately?" some would ask, but each time no one could remember when he'd last been seen. He seemed to disappear as easily as he came. The Unseen Hand. One night, after the disappearance of a beloved villager, a group of concerned townsfolk gathered in the dimly lit tavern. Fear gripped their hearts as they spoke in hushed tones. It wasn't just that people were vanishing, it was the way they vanished. There were no signs of struggle, no blood, no trace. It was as if they had simply ceased to exist. "I saw him," said Alexios, the blacksmith, his voice trembling. "The Joker, standing in the shadows, but his eyes weren't hollow. They were alive, full of malice. I tried to follow him, but he was always one step ahead. He knows things about us, things no one should know." The villagers grew silent. No one dared to speak further, but the fear in their hearts grew heavier with each passing second. The Dark Pact. As weeks turned into months, the horror in Greek Hollow deepened. The Joker had become a constant presence, lurking in the shadows, always watching. His performances were now rare, but every time he performed, someone new would disappear, always after a cruel joke. One night, a terrified mother named Ione gathered enough courage to approach the Joker. Her son, her only child, had gone missing the week before. She stood at the village's edge, where the Joker often appeared at dusk. "Why are you doing this?" she asked, her voice breaking. "What do you want from us?" The Joker's lips curled into a smile as dark as the abyss. "You're all so foolish," he said, his voice soft yet piercing. "You think I've come for your souls, but you're wrong. I came for something far more valuable." "And what is that?" Ione demanded, though she already feared the answer. "Revenge." The Joker's eyes gleamed with an ancient fury. "Long ago, this town wronged me. You think I'm just a simple fool with a wicked sense of humor, but you know nothing. I was once a man of great power, a man who dared to love one of you, and when I was betrayed, I died. But my anger never did. I've returned, and I will never leave." 5. The Revelations. As the Joker's terrifying hold over Greek Hollow grew, the villagers could no longer ignore the truth. In their search for answers, they uncovered old records that told the tale of a long-lost love affair. The Joker was once a nobleman named Aristeos, a man who had given his heart to a woman of Greek Hollow. She was a powerful sorceress, but she betrayed him in the cruelest way, leading to his death. It was this betrayal that had cursed Aristeos, turning him into the Joker, an entity driven by a hunger for vengeance. His dark magic allowed him to torment the villagers from the shadows, playing cruel tricks on them, forcing them to confront their deepest fears and regrets. The realization came too late. The Joker had made his home in Greek Hollow, and no one who had wronged him would ever find peace again. The final act. In the end, the Joker's grip over the village tightened like a noose. One by one, the villagers were lost to him, disappearing into the night as he watched with that grotesque grin. The town that was once full of life was now nothing but a hollow shell, haunted by the lingering echoes of laughter that twisted in the wind. Only one villager, a young woman named Callista, remained. She had discovered the only way to end the Joker's reign, to confront him in the very place where he had died. Armed with nothing but courage, she ventured into the cursed woods surrounding the village, hoping to find the place where Aristeos had been buried. There, beneath the twisted trees and under the ominous glow of a blood-red moon, Callista faced the Joker for the final time. "You think you can defeat me?" The Joker sneered. "I am vengeance incarnate. I don't need to defeat you," Callista said with unwavering determination. "I just need to end your cycle of pain." With those words, she struck a blow to the cursed ground where Aristeos' body lay. The earth trembled, and the Joker's laugh faltered as his form began to unravel, his power waning. As the first light of dawn broke through the trees, the village of Greek Hollow was free from the Joker's curse. But even then, the villagers knew they could never forget the darkness that had once consumed their home.